is there value in people like Bryan Johnson making these blueprint ways of like, oh, I'm going to follow this protocol, or should we really be waiting for the science to be proven out before we start doing these types of like Phidias Gage type experiments on ourselves?
That's a great question, a great discussion, and you'll see where I'm going. So I met Bryan Johnson. I
Mm,
spent time with him. I also, at first, people wanted me to interview about him, and I didn't. And recently, I did give you an interview. And there are a few things I want to tell you. First of all, look, I'm also frustrated. I'm dealing with this for 30 years, and I'm getting older. Not that I'm not doing things. I'm doing things, and I'm doing things effectively, but it's very frustrating that we kind of know a lot about aging and we can still not stop it effectively. And so I understand Bryan Johnson, and I think it's important to have a voice like Bryan Johnson that says that it's a frustration. Now, he and I are doing several things, and we measured our biological age, what seems to be in the same methodology, okay?
mm-hmm.
And we're both 3 years younger than our age. I have done, basically, I'm doing intermittent fasting, I'm exercising every day, and I'm taking metformin, okay? Those are the three things I'm doing. Social connectivity, I don't need because I'm talking to you. I'm already, after parabiosis.
Glad I can
But
help.
Bryan Johnson he does a lot of things with exercise, with diets and stuff, but he also takes 105 supplements.
Mm,
Okay. So he's one body that does a lot of things and take 105 supplements, and he's assuming that every supplement, and by the way, if you look at every supplement, okay, he's right. It's supposedly good, but you assume that if you take it together, you're going to add them or even synergize them. But in fact, there are things that are antagonizing each other. And I think he's doing so much more and getting the same effect as I am, which tells me, I'm doing things more responsible.
mm,
Do we learn from him? The answer is absolutely not, okay?
mm,
This is what we call n equals 1, okay?
yeah.
It has to do, look, it has to do with the price. It's like several millions a year to sustain what he's doing. So it's not a public consumption, although some of it is just measurement, but everybody needs measurement. It's on the background of his genetics, okay? And we know that things cannot apply to everyone. The one thing we learn in medicine, we have to personalize the medicine. That's
Mm-hmm.
why also we want a lot of biomarker and stuff, because we want to personalize the medicine. We cannot personalize medicine with somebody who's doing experiment. And in my mind, if those $20 million went to do a study, he would have much more impact. But nobody's going to say, hey, do the Bryan Johnson. No, I mean, no physician is going to say.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, physicians, you know what they teach us in first day of medical school?
Mm-hmm. No.
Do no harm.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. So basically, half of us, let's just do nothing. At least we're not doing harm, right? We
Mm-hmm.
become very conservative. And the second day on medicine, you learn that there's no never and no always in medicine. Okay, so you can have a drug that saves 100 people, but it kills 3, and you don't know how. So what are you going to do with it, right? So you're conservative and unsure, okay? So we are that kind of people. And I think we are, and I'm trying to get out of this set a little bit, but I understand it because that's how I was trained, right? And I'm a professor of medicine and genetics. I have the genetics part, but I'm a professor of medicine, right? So I kind of understand where it's going. And I understand the value of doing clinical studies to show that there is effect and that the effect is on a population and that it's safe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the other hand, a lot of people are trying a medicine under supervision. So there are those longevity doctors, okay, and they treat people. And they treat people in drugs, and they repurpose drugs for this cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're measuring things. So let's say everybody is measuring the same change in the plasma of people who are treating with the same drug. We call this N+1, not N=1 like Bryan, but N+1, one and another one and another one and another one. And it's not going to be the regular statistics that we have to use for study, but it's really about the statistics of luck. You know, if everybody decreases or increases this marker, is it by luck, by chance, or is it not by chance? It's not the same as is it statistical or not, but is it by chance or not by chance? If it's not by chance, you know, you have something, okay? And you can look at it differently. So I think that's the thing. And again, I want to say Bryan Johnson is really spending a lot of effort, and he's kind of a spokesperson, and he wants to be young, and I cannot blame him, but I don't think you should follow his advice, even if it's successful for him, because that's not how we make progress for everyone.